Hello, true duelists. Disease Man continues to do it, and he's doing it now on the new card report. Legacy of Destruction is here, and it is here. And by it is here, I of course mean it's here on Friday, which I think will be tomorrow when you're watching this video on the day of. So that's cool, because there's always that little handful of new cards for the TCG, and some of them aren't entirely useless. Other ones I just like, and matter of fact, there's a few I just flat out ignored, because I don't care. I'm sick, I'm diseased, and they're not important. So fucking, let's see what TCG LEDE Legacy of Destruction has. Let's just move on. We're gonna start with Krishnerd Witch, because anime girl, and therefore clickbait, probably. This level 4 light spellcaster has 1800 attack and 700 defense, and can't be destroyed by card effects while multi-universe is on the field. And if a card in the field spell zone leaves the field by card effect, except during the damage step, you can even summon this girl out from your hand. How nifty. While there is a field spell that's already face up on the field that activates its effect, you can then shuffle a monster from your banishment or graveyard into the deck while this is on your field. Or if that monster mentions the activated field spell specifically, you can summon that monster out instead. And because they work so goddamn well together, let's also move on to multi-universe right here and now. This new field spell can only be activated if you control a face-up field spell, or if you don't control a face-up field spell, and then on the field, it can activate its effect to target a field spell in your grave or banishment, destroy itself, and then place that targeted field spell into the field zone. While it's in your graveyard and your field spell would be destroyed, you can even banish this from the grave instead to protect it. So I'm sure these can work in a number of other decks like Dream Mirror or things, but in all honesty, coming in the same set as Wave 2 of Ashen, it definitely feels pretty intentional to mention them. The anime girl's fine, nothing exceptional, but a self-summoning level 4 isn't bad, and in Ashen it could potentially get you out another monster for freezies. That's not a bad thing, all things considered, especially when coupled with Ashen cards. Don't fucking at me. If you really want to play it, you can, but the field spell itself is enough to be played on its own in a handful of decks. Because if you've got your archetypal field spell that you want, need, and love, you can just keep getting it back, and even protect it by banishing it from the graveyard. It's really funny that the field spell multi-universe won't let you just place it over an active field spell, because what you can just do instead is set this over the active field spell, which will then destroy the active field spell, and then you can activate this after it's been set. So it just adds that tiny little bit of nuance into it, or more accurately, causes a judge call for you to just desperately try and shark a win out, whichever it is you feel like doing. So that's just funny to me. It's field spell support. It's pretty solid. It's decent in the Ashen deck. It's got use in the it's the Dream Mirror archetype. That's the name I'm looking for. In the Dream Mirror deck, and the monster's fine. I don't think there's anything phenomenally broken going on here, but it's solid and shows promise for decks like Ashen, and I think that's pretty nifty in terms of card design in a game with plenty of broken field spells. So I don't know, I thought they were neat. UA also gets the jankiest support it's had in a while in the form of Pyrite Knight, a level 5 Earth Warrior with 2000 attack and 0 defense that can target an Earth or Fire Warrior monster you control and bounce it to the hand to summon this card out. From your hand, of course. And it'll also summon a Pyrite token with 0 attack and 2000 defense on the opponent's field in defense position, but that's whatever. It can also quick effect special summon a warrior from your hand in the battle phase, which isn't exceptional, but it is the most UA looking card in terms of effects that we've had in some number of years. Or since Cyberstorm Access, I can't remember. I don't remember when the new UA support came out, don't at me, okay? This also supports Warrock technically, but I'm not gonna pretend to know what that deck does beyond being battle phase bad, okay? I'm just saying this looks like a really fun, cute card for warrior piles, which aren't exceptional right now, especially after they hit Isolde. But in that like really simplified, just build a really dumb fun deck from your shit cards to not be sweating it with your boys from time to time. I like it. I appreciate this card. Good fun Yu-Gi-Oh! I think that's what this card is. And speaking of good fun Yu-Gi-Oh! That's why I'm also talking about Battleguard Echoes, a continuous spell that supports the Battleguard cards. Those ancient lava and swamp Battleguard cards from like Metal Raiders. On activation, this will let you add a level 5 Earth Warrior from your deck to your hand, and then as you discard a card, because it's not like we can make support cards for these things be good. And once per turn, if a monster is returned from the field to the hand, you can activate one of two effects, either to add a Battleguard Rage or Battleguard Howling from your deck to your hand, or to Book of Moon one opponent's monster. The search is cute, and again, in Baby's first warrior pile for some funsies Yu-Gi-Oh, I enjoy it. It makes for some good, simple, fun duels, and combos pretty well with Pyrite Knight as well, if you ask me. And then other than that, it's really just a Book of Moon, unless you really want to search out one of those two trap cards. Now, I do believe the two trap cards can actually trigger this effect because they both have something to do with bouncing a card to the hand, but it's really not exceptional. I just really have a soft spot for the Battleguard cards because 2003 me was hooked, okay? When I saw those two things and I was like, they make each other big? Yo, that's crazy, they're gonna be big and stuff. Also, it was like 2003, so you just threw shit on the field. Tributes weren't a thing, okay? It was dog shit, playground Yu-Gi-Oh! I was having a blast. You can at me for that one. And there's also Haggard Lizardos, a new generic Link 2 water reptile with 800 attack and arrows pointing down and to the left. It needs any two monsters with different names as material to summon, and its effect can banish a face-up monster on your field or in your graveyard that has 2,000 or less attack, and then target one monster on the field to make its attack become the banished monster's original attack. And if the monster you banished was a reptile, you even get to draw a card. That's pretty irrelevant in the grand scheme in regards to doing damage, like is the most obvious application for this effect, but this is a reptile that's fully generic and can banish a card to net you a draw in reptile-focused decks, which isn't a terrible thing, especially when you think about the fact that it can potentially make another monster have 0 attack to abuse reptilian monsters' effects, or banish a reptile to be able to use something like Ogdoatic Daybreak's Foolish Burial effect. There's applications in the tile pile, as I like to call it, and I think that it's pretty darn solid in that regard. Plus, with the new Ragnarika cards, I'm pretty interested in playing something of a deck like that once Legacy of Destruction drops. Oh, and it looks cool as shit. Big ass spine sticking out and all that is dope as hell. And if you're a fan of comedy, you could even somehow manipulate one of your monsters with a high original attack stat to go down to 0, because this banishes a monster with 0 and then makes its attack become the original attack. So even though you banish a face-up monster with 0, it has 3,000 original, so you buff something. I'm not entirely sure if that works, truth be told. I just thought of that now, and this is unscripted, but it would be pretty fucking funny if you went through a lot of work to just do something really shitty and then look at your friend and be like, yep, that has 3,000 attack now, and you're like, it had 2,900, why did you boost Lady of Labyrinth? And you're just like, haha, I'm the winner now. And then you probably get punched, as you deserve. I don't know, that's it. Fucking cool card though. And that's actually all I've got. I don't care about the new illusion thing. I don't care about that level 3 dragon that's literally just a woman. And there was something else I skipped over too that is so irrelevant, I forgot about it entirely. I know, bad news man, not even covering all the new cards in his new card report. Instead, what he's doing is he's telling you about a promotion for the LEDE magnetic display. Oh my God, why would he do such a thing? Well, probably because he can save you 15% off your car insurance like Geico, but instead of car insurance, it's an LEDE magnetic display by using promo code YGOSTRATS at the checkout or by clicking the link in the description, because if you want to support my channel, if you want a dope way to show off your favorite cards, it's right here. And every little video I make, it's just there taunting you, begging you to get one. Whether you get the 1 or the 3, just consume the product, because I'd appreciate it if you did. And if not, that's it. So thank you to LFD for the support, and thank you for watching. I'm your host, Heatstroke McGee. The lights are getting to me. The lights are getting to me. Thank you for watching. Please hit subscribe, and you'll become a true duelist. You'll impress your smoking Italian wife, and who knows? Each one of these endings gets less and less coherent. At some point, you'll see me enter a manic state, and if you subscribe, you'll get the notification from when it happens. So get on it. It'll be real cool, I promise.